Hello everybody, hope they are good. What a day yesterday. What a day with the FOMC. First of all, I want to tell you my thoughts and my analysis of what happened yesterday with the FOMC. They hiked 25 basis points as all the market anticipated, so no surprises here. Now at that point, Bitcoin didn't really even move because that 25 basis points was already priced in with this drop at the start of the week, so Bitcoin didn't move, okay? Then the FOMC statement, nothing new. In fact, as my friend Jakey said, it's a copy pasta from the previous ones. Okay, it's a copy and paste that statement from the previous ones, pretty much. Okay, nothing new, very boring. But the press conference, in my opinion, was very interesting. I think that Jerome Powell was, in fact, quite dovish. Why? For two reasons. The first reason is that he said that the Fed staff are not forecasting a recession anymore. That means that according to the Fed, the idea of the recession is out the window. It's gone. There is not going to be a recession. That's what they are saying. But do I trust this? No, I don't. Why? Well, it's not because I believe that I know more than them. Of course not. They know more than me. But according to all the data that we have, the leading indicator below zero, the yields are inverted. Tell me a time in history where we had all of this data that there was not a recession. Because I don't think you're going to be able to tell me one case, okay? That's one thing. Also, in 2008, this Fed chairman, Bernanke, I think he was it Bernanke or William Bernanke? I think he was. Yeah, he said in 2008. Okay, guys, he said we are not forecasting a recession. What happened in 2008? Well, we had one of the worst economic crises. All right, so these words, what he said yesterday, is exactly the same as what happened in 2008. So why should I believe him? There is no credibility, guys. That's what I think. That's my opinion. Again, we'll see what happens. Of course, they know more than me. I'm not saying I'm right and they're wrong. Of course not. We'll see what happens, but it's difficult to believe because if I look back in history with all this data, I cannot tell you any single time that there was not a recession with all this information. Okay. So that's what I think, and also it reminds me again what happened in 2008. It's this literally the same words from the Fed, and then they had the economic crisis in 2008. Okay. Then the other reason why I think he was quite dovish is because he didn't say that there was going to be another hike for sure. Okay. He said data dependent, blah 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 blah. Okay. In my opinion, we'll see what happens. But in my opinion, it's very likely that this was the last hike. Okay, now remember that in August there is no an FOMC meeting, okay? They have the month off. Then in September, what the market is projecting, okay? They are projecting that in September they pause and in October they hike. So we're gonna wait, we're gonna see all this data coming out, but now 27th of July, I think that the hiking cycle has finished here. We'll see what happens, okay? This doesn't necessarily mean that I'm bullish in the long term because also if you check out the data, after they start cutting rates, okay, not pausing rates, but after they start cutting rates, which I think will be between December and February, all right, of next year, once they start cutting rates, then that's usually when a recession plays out because the hiking cycle, all the consequences and the effects of the hiking cycle comes with some delay and usually matches with when they start cutting rates, okay? So that's what I think from the FOMC, and because, in my opinion, because he said that the Fed is not forecasting a recession anymore, market pumped, okay? Check this out. Well, this is a projection that I drew a few minutes ago before starting the video when I was watching the chart, okay? This is my projection, but if you check here, let me remove this a second. I'll show it again, okay? Wednesday, at 6 here. This is the Fomc. So you have this couple of candles, nothing is happening. Then you have the press conference finishing, price shoots up, okay, what he says there is not going to be a recession, and now it's stabilizing here. All right, now what do I think is going to happen here? Well, what I think is that if you notice here, you got here a weekend range. Let me mark it for you. Okay, so you got here some kind of weekend range, then you got here a false move, okay, and then if you notice from Monday, the trend has been going up. So what do I think is might happen next? Okay, I think that there might be a reversal coming into play today. All right, we'll see what happens. Now, if there is a reversal, because we've been, creeping up the whole week, usually the reversal plays towards the previous weekend range, so that would be to the upside, okay? But in this case, because the trend from Monday has been going up, I think that the reversal should be to the downside, okay? Now, if you notice here, well, this is kind of like a trend line that I marked because usually below these trend lines there is a lot of liquidity, okay? Imagine how many stop losses there are here from traders that have longed here, 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 here. This zone here below the trend line is full of stop losses, okay? That's why today I have drawn this projection. We'll see if it plays out or not. In this projection, what I'm looking for is that they retrace this liquidity pool, okay, entirely. So this would be the top. Let me mark it for you, okay? Because if you notice, we don't have much left. It's something like this really, left of liquidity pool, all right? And that would take you to around 29,760. Also, if you go into the 4 hours time frame, what do you see here, guys? I've been talking out to the guys that are currently in the course of July, and we were talking about this week, and we were saying that this week needs to get filled, okay? Now, at this point, it's not filled. I think the 50% comes around this zone over here. So it's likely that either right before the New York session or right at the start of the New York session, we might see a stop hunt and then a reversal, okay? That's what I'm aiming or projecting for today's price action. So 50% of the week is around here. At least that has to get filled, but because we have that liquidity pool in the 1 hour time frame, I would like to see even a new high, to be honest, okay? Break this high, deviate here, and then drop, okay? Lose this trend line, and then continue dropping. So that's what I want to see in Bitcoin today to be able to trade it, essentially. Now let me go back here so you can see the projection in case you want to see it. Again, might be wrong, but that's the idea that I have for today. Also, another confluence. Let's go into the 4 hours time frame, guys. Where are we? Let me remove this. Okay, if you notice, we are right below the range lows. Okay, yesterday there was a week we tried to come back above the range, failed to do that. Okay, now price is gonna try to make an attempt because it has to fill the 50% of the week. So let's see what happens. Okay, if we start to see 4 hour candles closing above the range again, then the idea of going lower, at least between today and tomorrow, is gonna be invalidated. Okay, that's what I think, because that would probably tell you that there is going to be maybe another deviation here and then aim to the mid-range. But again, at this point, I'm gonna tell you the same as yesterday. I'm still favoring lower prices, to be honest. Okay, that's what I see at the moment. Is exactly this projection over here. Okay, something like this is what I see for Bitcoin. Now, when can you short this? Should you short here the liquidity pool? I think that's risky. Okay, I think that a good thing would be when you see the 50% of the week on the 4 hour time frame getting filled, and then you see another candle closing below the range lows. Okay, and then losing also this trend line. that's when you can short, because you've basically confirmed that price cannot get back above the range again, and that we've lost this trend line. All right, so that's when price can continue going lower. Okay, where to? Well, if we go to high block capital, let me get you there. Here we are. You can see that there is a bunch of liquidity between 28,800 and 28,700. Okay, and if you notice here, the more sideways we go here, the more liquidity that gets built here. Why? Because the retail trader is opening longs. Okay, that's what the market maker wants, in order to increase the liquidity here, so when they bring price lower and hit these liquidations, they're gonna hit even more liquidations that they had previously. So the move is going to be even more efficient. Okay, that's what I'm aiming. Between 28,800, 28,700 should be taken next. So yes, anyway, I don't think I have much more to say. Okay, that's what I think from yesterday's FOMC. That's my opinion about Jerome Powell saying that they are not forecasting a recession. That's what I think, that this could also be a potential last hike, and this could finish the hiking cycle. Okay, again, that's only my opinion. We'll see what happens later on in the future, and this is the projection that I have for today. Okay, fill the 50% of this week in the 4-hour time frame. That we're almost there. Okay, potentially you could even get to the 100% or sweep the highs, because eventually then you will be filling this liquidity pool over here. Oh, I cannot draw straight lines. Okay, that one there. All right, that liquidity pool over there, and then you want to basically see price coming lower, rejecting off from this white line, 29,500, losing this trend line, and then you are set to go lower. Okay, and hit this zone. So that's what I'm aiming for between today and tomorrow. Again, if we start to see price closing above the range lows again, then the story is going to change, because then this could tell you that, okay, that might be a potential deviation, the same as we had here. Okay, so you want to see consolidation here, and then another leg higher to the mid range. So that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.